Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 2 by John Romita and Stan Lee. And this is the back of the volume here. It contains issues 39 to 67, annuals 3 to 5, and Spectacular Spider-Man 1 and 2. And the cover price is $100. This is the inner cover. It's just printed on. It's not embossed or foiled or anything. And before I get to the review here, what should be mentioned is with this volume, it starts the John Romita Sr. run on Amazing Spider-Man. After Steve Ditko, the original Spidey co-creator with Stan Lee, left at issue 38, Romita Sr. Was the one that Stan Lee turned to because he needed an artist. And Romita Sr. had an influence into way past issue 100. So he was on the book for years, for on or off, for over 60 issues plus. And he really, the tone of the book changed, but it also set up a lot of what you know as Spider-Man today. It starts off epically. It starts off with the identity of the Green Goblin revealed, of Norman Osborn, because it was a mystery. And after that issue concludes, what I find really interesting is, probably because Stan Lee had to change the direction that Steve Ditko started with, and he couldn't copy it, and since he's working with John Romita Sr., it brought a different energy to the book. For good or for bad, the title changed. And one of the first things they did was conclude the Green Goblin story. And then they moved on with John Romita for the Rhino. But what they did was interesting was Peter Parker had a relationship with Betty Brant. And what's surprising was that Betty Brant relationship, after 38 issues, give or take, that romance, it ended pretty quick in the first 3 or 4 issues here, because Spidey was meeting Gwen Stacy and the relationship was growing, and I guess they wanted romantically to change the direction of the book, so that's why they abruptly ended the Betty Brant relationship with Peter Parker. And also, you get the first introduction of Mary Jane Watson was in the Romita run, and he visually designed her and co-created the character. And her first appearance was in issue 42. So you get that. And that, along with the Gwen Stacy stuff, that changed the direction of the book romantically for the character. The Rhino, you get the first introduction. You get the first introduction later of the Shocker and the Kingpin, some key villains in the Spidey world. And look at this. Fantastic high quality reproduction, the paper quality, the color reconstruction, the format, the sewn binding, all high quality here. And they even include the letters pages. It also includes what many consider a total classic, especially for the cover. And the Spider-Man second movie by Sam Raimi even had a scene from it, was Spider-Man number 50, called Spider-Man No More, with a classic cover when he walks away from being a hero and walks away from the Spider-Man identity for a little bit and questions what being a hero is about. Look at that. And they used that scene right in the second movie. Sam Raimi version. High quality stuff. I mean, the Marvel Omnibus line that Marvel has done between Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and so many more, I think it's some of their best stuff. And to think that they're reprinting like 30 issues plus in one volume at a time, it's great. Because even though the volumes are expensive, you get it cheaper, like on Amazon for example. Sometimes it's 20, 30, 40% off. and you can't go wrong. I never pay cover price for it. Always get it cheaper. Plus, you want to get these type of books when they're currently printed, because if they go out of print, then usually they go up in value past the $100 mark, because it's like a collector's item, right? So that's why you always got to get the books when they're still fresh and they're still printed. That way you get it cheaper in the long run. Nice extras here. They include the annuals. Nice extras, that type of stuff. What's interesting is the Spectacular Spider-Man, when it first started, not from the long issue run that you might be familiar with, they had a separate magazine they was trying to start, and they only produced 2 issues. The first issue was in black and white, and the second issue in color, but it continued the main story of the Green Goblin, which was in the Amazing run. And so it was nice that they included it here, because when the Green Goblin returns, it was in the Spectacular book. And again, 2 issues. So it was nice that they included not only the annuals, but they included that stuff here. And let me just try to show it to you, the black and white art. I want to skip around too. Look at that. That was it. Because the original book was in black and white. And it was nice that they put it in here. It was an experimental idea. Classic cover. I'll try to show the second volume. It was also another classic cover on the second volume. Just give me a second here. Look at that cover. The Return of the Green Goblin. You didn't see him since issue number 40, and it took way into the run until right after issue 67, give or take, in terms of where they put this volume, to see the character again. You know, this run, the Amazing Spider-Man run in the 1960s, it was just, it really set the standard and mythos for the character. It was the first 100 or so issues with Stan Lee writing, and again with Ditko in the art originally, and then John Romita Sr. taking over. That set the standard for the comic book run, and everything that creators make after is usually based on this storyline and this type of stuff. You know, there's so much high quality stuff going on. Just want to skip around here. You could see the storyline here was Spider-Man's parents, what happened to them. The original storyline you found out in annual number 5. And just try to show the cover here. That really set up a key plot point and a mystery for years. And that was explained. Some comedy pieces here. The extras are really nice as well. I'll show you. What's really nice here is they show some of the unused sketches, some of the penciled pages. But what I thought was really nice is, look at this. Some of the reprinted covers, remastered. The first sketch of Mary Jane Watson by John Romita Sr. And look at these extras here. Reprinted covers. That one is really nice. These two. Check that out. Really nice that they included that here. Top quality book is this Omnibus. This Omnibus volume, really fantastic. Volume 2, I think you can't go wrong getting the first 2 volumes or 3 volumes that they're on as I'm making this video of the character. Again, this volume, it picks up right at the start of the John Romita run, where the book goes a different direction, and he was the artist on or off until past issue 100. So this is the run, and it starts in this volume. Epic stuff. You really can't go wrong. I know it's expensive, but you get it cheaper like on Amazon, and you just get it cheaper when these books are out before. Because when they go out of print, they go up in value by collectors. That's why. That's my thoughts on it. Fantastic, amazing stuff. And thanks for watching, and talk to you later.